Hello everyone, my name is Boulevard here for GiantSlayerTV to bring you the top 3 decks of Fight Night Legends. In this series, we'll follow along with Fight Night Legends each and every week to take a look at top performing decks, popular decks, and just decks to keep an eye on. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date on all the latest content, and if you're interested in playing in a future Fight Night Legends, you can find an application to do so at giantslayerTV/LOR. There you'll fill out a form of some basic information like your name, country of residence, and some information about your previous accomplishments in Legends of Runeterra, because while we're always looking to highlight new talent, this is still a competitive tournament. Now to break down exactly what it is, Fight Night Legends is an 8-person invitational tournament taking place on Thursday, Friday, and Monday for Brazil, Europe, and the Americas respectively. The event runs in the standard Riot Lock format, meaning that each player brings 3 decks with no overlapping champions or region combinations, and bans one of the opponent's decks to play a best of 3 in which they must win with their 2 unbanned decks. The event is double elimination, with the top 2 players being invited back next week for a chance to prove themselves once again. On the Thursday before the seasonal, would-be top 32 competitor FNXWAS Russo took home the gold with Aphelios, Pantheon, and Scouts, a lineup they would run back in less than 48 hours to achieve another top 32. They took down Uchiha Jorge, also on Pantheon and Scouts, but using a more off-kilter last deck in a Poppy Lulu Yordlesmith amalgamation featuring Garen. And then on Friday, with less than 24 hours before the open rounds of the EMEA seasonal, Broken Ball took down one last crown with Ziggs Talia, Echo Zillion, and Sivir Akshan. They beat out a rather unorthodox lineup from Smooth Swallowist, who was packing Ziggs Talia deep and Trundle timelines. And the Americas is still on hiatus, but 2 is good enough for me, so let's talk about our top 3. Coming in at number 3, we have Scouts, the go-to mid-range Demacia deck and the go-to Misfortune deck for many a player. With the release of A Curious Journey and subsequently Petricite Broadwing, it is only a matter of time before Scouts rose to the top again, and rise they did, claiming all 4 top spots at Brazil Fight Night. It's a comfort deck for a lot of players, and with Yordles and Arms being much less popular than it was last season, it's become the go-to swarm deck that the meta is no longer shaped around like it was when Yordles were on top, giving the deck a little breathing room and some good matchups into the top dogs. Coming in at number 2, we have Ziggs Talia, the surviving and thriving remnants of the Triple Shurima lineups that rose to prominence early in the season. The explosive landmark-based deck seeks to give Overwhelm to Ziggs or Talia, 2 champions who throw damage onto the blockers in front of them for maximum damage output. The deck has also sparked a lot of discussion recently around one of its keystone cards, Ancient Hourglass, which, already a good card in any deck really, allows you to summon multiple of the same champion with Talia's duplication effect, or do a lot of round start damage with Ziggs. It was the only deck shared by our EMEA finalists and was present in the 3rd and 4th place lineups of Brazil, but taking up half of the field just doesn't cut it to take number 1 this week. Because our number 1 deck is Aphelios, taking a win in Brazil and being present in 3rd and 4th place in both Brazil and EMEA. I shudder to think of the day in the near future where it's possible for me to refer to Fizz and Papercraft Dragon as a classic combo, but this is the first long-standing deck to really take advantage of the pairing. Throwing Papercraft Dragon onto an elusive or Rainbow Fish onto a faded unit isn't a wholly unique concept, but what sets this deck apart from the others is Aphelios. Access to Severum shores up burn matchups that were previously an arms race, and consistent Infernum access means your Overwhelm is as bountiful as your attach units, instead of being limited to 3 Zenith Blade. If you want more information on the deck, you can check out our deck overview of it on this channel. And that's how everything shook out just before the open rounds of the Curious Journey Seasonal. If you like this video, well, you should like it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date on all the latest content from myself, that's Boulevard, and GiantSlayerTV. And again, don't forget you can sign up to participate in this event by going to giantslayer.tv/LOR and filling out the form. I hope to see you there.